Now, crafting a high converting sales pitch deck, we'll also be including a template for you to fill in together. So I just want to quickly run through the focus points. The point of the pitch deck is essentially something that you can rely on whenever you're stuck during a sales conversation. And we want to aim to have about 2 to 3 pages of this pitch deck that can visually sell your offer so that the prospect can read, as well as understand more of where you're coming from and the deliverables that you'll be providing for them. So now let's have a look at the templates. Now diving into the pitch deck template, right after the program name, we'll be wanting to synthesize the outcome for the end user and explaining it in about 1 to 2 bold sentences on what exactly the program is trying to achieve, as well as who is targeted towards. So for example, we help target audience achieve X result by implementing Y solution or Y system so that they can transform and achieve blah blah blah. And this isn't just a course, we'll install the infrastructure so the business grows with or without you. Right. So we want to sell, and in the previous modules we went over this. The offer dream outcome, and then below is the amount of effort and time required. So after the outcome, where we're capturing the attention of the person that we're pitching to, we're going to be running straight into deliverables. So it's more of a logical selling based approach instead of emotional. And this is tremendously good for someone who, for example, isn't that into sales, as well as two who are just beginners. So under the deliverables, you want to have about 5 to 7 core sections, but for the purposes of this template, I'll be listing 3. During your pitch, I highly recommend to only focus on 3 of the solutions, targeting each pain point that the end user might be facing. So under each solution, we want to be providing a specific tool, asset, feature, something tangible that they can be working with, either done for you or done with you, to reduce the resistance of the end user trying to implement this for themselves. Next, we'll be also going over the coaching and support structure that the person can be expecting when they join us on our coaching program. Of course, we want to be building the step-by-step training videos for them to reference, especially for topics that will be covered for most individuals, and also be going over the weekly coaching calls. So in this template, you can see it's one-on-one calls included as well, with weekly execution plans, expert teams, or even communities, let's say if you have a large enough following. You don't have to, you can mix and match and try to figure out what's best for you. After the support structure, we want to be going over the program roadmap. So this will lay out a clear path on how exactly they're going to get from A to Z. And let's say if they're somewhere in the middle of the phases already, they've joined another coaching program but they didn't bring through the whole phases, you can always ask them to start from scratch and accelerate it. So for example, if they've done phase 1 and 2 already, you can just shorten the cycle to fit like a 3-day window, and making sure that they have completed phase 1 and phase 2 thoroughly in the way that you want them to. Now, the last part, bonuses and guarantees. I can't emphasize enough how important this is for your business to start. This can essentially make or break your offer. I'll be going through these in specific calls in the future, but for bonuses, you want to be tagging each with either a time saved or a price value. And the juicier we make our bonuses, the more the perceived value of the core program is going to look like. Bonuses and core deliverables, they are just deliverables end of the day. We want to structure it in a way where it's very juicy for people to sign up. So for example, having access to like VAs, media buyers, if you guys do have them, or to your expert opinions, or a specific tool that you made for yourself to use. And guarantees are tricky, right? In some cases, you don't want guarantees, either because one, you have reputation, or two, you're in an industry where it's gonna feel bogus if you give them a guarantee, because technically nothing is guaranteed. However, if you're starting out, it would be good to have a hybrid model, or if not, have a guarantee with a risk reversal. So what this means is it's almost a no-brainer for the end user to sign up with you, because if they do not acquire the results that they're trying to achieve within the duration of working with you, you can offer them basically additional duration of the program or to work with you personally until they do succeed. So it doesn't always have to be such a bold guarantee, such as, for example, I'll send you $1,000 or I'll send you a fountain pen worth like $4,000. You don't have to, but if you're that confident, you can always do it. Of course, be smart about it, set some conditions where they're actually interested in achieving XYZ results. Because the last thing you want to do is have someone sign on and for them to tell you, hey, now get this done for me, or if not, I'll be taking $1,000 of yours. So, for example, the bare minimum, like attending the account management calls, the success management calls, the coaching calls, as well as completing the modules, will be very key for our success. All right, so now go down, read through the notes that I've listed in the module, and try to create a pitch deck. On our next call, feel free to ask me for a review. I'll be happy to go over it with you. See you in the next.